the man, yes, sir, that killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewiz.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dollars rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from hunger pain.
Yeah. Late L Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing the Street Geek and Nerd Soul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, coming with another wonderful episode of, that's right, you best believe it, Nerd Soul on screen. We talking about live action, whether it's movies, TVs, if it's people, it's popping. Now, I want to apologize real quick to people that was up in this joint early. We had some technical difficulties, man. Look, you know, sometimes technology don't be tripping, and sometimes technology do be tripping. And this is one of the times that it was be tripping. So in this case, I apologize to y'all because I know we started like about a half an hour late. And I ain't gonna hold y'all, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all got things to do. Y'all like, yo, it's Tuesday night. I got things to do. You know, I got places to go. Also, I'm waiting for your next stream with talking about Young Justice. Like, is that gonna push that back? No, it's not gonna push that back. All right. You know what I'm saying? Keith gonna be on time. We gonna be on time. It's all gonna be good. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, it don't even matter. It don't even matter to you. You do whatever you want to do. You like, I want late, I want early. I'm on demand. But if you're here now early in the chat, if you return into the chat, thanks for rolling through. Big shout out to you. We gotta talk. UNSC. Business. We gotta talk. Rubble. Business. We gotta talk. Miranda Keys. Business. We gotta talk. John 117. Business. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about what's her name? Maki? Business. We got to talk about the Covenant. All right. We here for Halo the series, and I want to start off straight up on Miranda Keys. Here's my thing about Miranda. Miranda. Okay. Here's the deal, girl. You know what? Let me drop some jams. So I can help get my point across with the jams. A little something. Miranda, look. The Admiral, or is it the Admiral? Is she an Admiral? What is that lady? Is that lady an Admiral? Hold up, because I don't even know if the girl's an Admiral. Let me see. See an Admiral? Yeah, Admiral Paradosky or whatever. Look, I'm sorry for screwing up her name, but the Admiral is trying to get you in, but you so stupid that you won't let her help you. She like, why is she seeing this before me? Why is this going on without my knowledge? She's like, oh, you ain't nobody. Miranda, you ain't, I know your daddy work here, but you ain't nobody. Like, Halsey had this, I didn't get a chance to see it. If you would shut up, you can see that she trying to bring your dumb self in. Now, on the Admiral side, I'll say this. Yeah, Admiral, I know you tired of Halsey, but this girl Miranda about to screw something up because she's too prideful. She's young, dumb, and full of, you know what I'm saying? She's just dumb, all right? And she's so insecure and prideful about her position in the UNSC, she's about to mess something up. I know you don't want to deal with Halsey no more, but Miranda, I don't think she's ready. Is she smart enough? Yeah, Miranda's smart. You know what I'm saying? Smart as a whip. And I'm sure, you know, she's done all the studying and got the degrees and everything, but the girl is insecure. The girl is prideful. And the girl is petty. She's whiny. She's whiny. This is a military organization and she's whiny. All right? When am I going to be able to see this? Am I going to be able to do my research? Now, all of a sudden, because look, here the thing is, now she's like, look, I'm trying to set this up so I ain't got to work with Halsey like that. So that's why I got parallel teams. Now, all of a sudden, she got the pacifier. Now she happy. You know what I'm saying? Now she's like, oh, okay. I'm going to go tell your daddy about it. Look, Miranda I can feel it in the future. Miranda gonna mess something up. She just seemed like one of those characters. Their insecurity gonna get the best of them. She gonna mess something up because on paper, there's, you know, she's, you know, of course she has the position. She's smart. She knows what she's doing, but her lust for power that she's not even, you know, equipped to handle. This status, this position that she wants, like, she just can't handle. There's a reason you ain't at the table, boo. Like, everybody else was like, your daddy was at the table, Halsey was at the table, Admiral was at the table. It's the reason you ain't there, because you ain't ready yet. And you so busy trying to show everyone that you're ready, that you're showing them that you're not ready. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave her like that. So let's get into the actual the actual review on this joint. Let's go on and get into the actual review. All right, so this is the episode that I like a lot. I've watched this episode twice, almost 3 times if I had the chance. I love this episode, straight up. This episode has a lot. They have laid the groundwork in a way where I am excited. I am super excited for what's about to go down. Like, we got John in a certain place, the rest of the Spartans in a place. We got Cortana now, way she feels about her position, her existence, period. Halsey, the other doctor, we're going to talk about him. The UNSC as a whole positioned against what's going on with the Covenant that we see a little bit right now. I love what we're seeing. There's, you know, small things that kind of annoy me as characters, but I mean, yo, man, I am really enjoying what I'm seeing. This stuff is working. It's working for me. Let me know. Is this working for you? Is it working for you? Because I'm digging it. I really am. So let's talk about. Should we go from the top to the bottom, or the bottom to the top? Like the least important, or maybe, you know, we'll talk kind of like about the sort of the beginning and sort of B-ish story, which is please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it because I can't remember hearing someone say it yet, but Maki, seeing her backstory, you know, her with the young boy that was like reading to her. Yeah, what's up, Geeky Andre? A lot is being set up. Yeah, definitely a lot is being set up. And I really like that. So and let me know if it's Maki. If it's Maki or just write out phonetically how it is. I think it's Maki. Seeing her as a child, seeing what she used to be, and seeing how she was, I guess, found by the Covenant was interesting to lay down kind of her, the foundation of her perception of humans. And it's interesting that even though she saw great kindness and affinity and even like a little puppy love with the boy that died kind of trying to protect her, trying to save her or whatever, still all she sees in humanity is, evil, ugliness, whatever. So I wonder what she's gonna do when she comes into contact with the demon. And I love the fact that they call him the demon. I still love that. Even from the games to here, I still love it. It makes me wonder how she's going to deal with people when she gets all magical, and how that's going to play into her just interactions when she has to kind of actually deal with in any long-term situation with another human. Because if you saw, when she attacked the ship, she only had to deal with those people for 2-3 minutes, and she was attacking them. So it was a very short amount of time. I don't know if she would break, if she would go crazy, or if she would lash out if she had to deal with humans any longer than that. Now, on a technical side, when the Covenant elites found Makee as a child, this show looks so good. It does. This show really looks good. This show looks incredible, yo. I won't front. How great the elites look up close. How great the just High Charity. Whenever we go to High Charity, how it looks is just wow. This show, they're swinging for the fences. We got to give it to them, because it's been a long time since we've been able to see anything seriously done for Halo. We have seen, there was the anime anthology that they put out. There was the show, well, not the show, kind of, I guess like a short film with Mike Coulter. And then there was another one besides, what was it, Forward Unto Dawn, I think. But they are really swinging for the fences, and it just looks incredible. So seeing how they found her and how I guess they have nurtured her, I guess, to be able to, I guess operate as one of the blessed ones. You know what I'm saying? It's just awesome to see. I really am glad that we're getting this the way it's done. It's done very well, and I'm not hating on it at all. So when we see her, I want to know, especially with Geeky Andre. Geeky Andre says she looked like the humans mean nothing to her as she walked through that massacre. Yeah, like she basically has, Geeky Andre is right. She basically has no regard. Like she essentially is definitely all Covenant side right now. You know what I'm saying? There is no, she's all down with the Covenant, all right? And Andre, let me know if you think this is, let me know if you think the being or the elite or whatever that she attacked the ship with, is that, because I haven't been keeping up with like the production side or like people's interviews and stuff. Is that supposed to be the representation of the flood or no? Because it definitely, it was flood-like. You know what I'm saying? So let me know, because that definitely flips the mythology on its head a little bit about the flood. Even if they even use the flood, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I assume they will, but they might not even use the flood in the first season. You know what I'm saying? But let me know, because it was definitely flood-like, but when you saw it before she left the ship, it had formed inside of this metal like it was standing like an elite, instead of, like these different like little earthworms that were just eating people. And I don't even think, did they even eat people? I didn't see like a lot of blood. They was just like choking everybody to death. But there is something that I thought was interesting in how they played that, because when she went to get up, like, they searched her and everything. When she went to get up, she's like, look, we already got you surrounded. It's over. they had, I guess, gotten to the vents and everything and all the little crevices. They were surrounded. They was done, man. That taking over that ship was what, a process of 5-10 minutes, maybe. I will say shout out to the captain of that ship that was like, I ain't giving you nothing. I don't care, and I'm glad we ain't got nothing to show you. We don't die. All right. I mean, well, they die, but they don't be like dying. You know what I'm saying? They live on in UNSC spirit. But I like that. I like how he was like, he didn't go out squealing or begging for his life. He was just like, nope, you ain't gonna get what you thought you was gonna get, and peace out. So I like that a lot. I really think this show came through representing that encounter as one that was, I can see that being genuine, because usually, you know, you get the distress call. And someone's like, oh, let's just go out and save him. And immediately when they saw the distress call, he was like, turn the guns around, turn the guns on. I ain't taking no chances. And then he talked to her. He was like, look, we sit in the ship, no weapons. Don't you come in here with nothing. And the second she came in, he wasn't like, I'm so glad to see you, and hug her. Nope. He was like, get on the ground, search her. He was like, so they did do their due diligence. I think the only thing they did not do is like scan for life forms. But maybe like those little worms wouldn't have come up anyway. I don't know. But they, to a certain degree, they did their due diligence in trying to make sure that, you know, she was alone and all that. So shouts to her. Now, honestly, in the game that I run, I don't run the game. In the game that I play with Solar Gray, that he runs, Dark Matter, that we run with Hannibal Taboo and Shatasia Marks and everything, we role-playing game, we came up on a ship that was down, and Hannibal and I were like, nope, just keep going, just keep on going. We don't see nothing, we don't know nothing. It's like they have you know, their signals or their SOS is like, nope. I don't want to hear it. They can catch the next person. Tell them call 911. I don't know. Just go. We ain't stopping for nothing. And then Solar Gray was like, actually, there wasn't bad. I was like, I don't care. If there's ever a ship in the middle of space that's like, help us. Nope. Hey, look, you better just hope someone else come, because it ain't gonna be me. I ain't taking no chances. But I like that. I like that part of the show a lot, and it set up a collision course for Madrigal, because the next person I'm gonna talk about, who also gets on my nerves, but let me frame it right. Kwan Ha, Geeky Andre. Matter of fact, Geeky Andre, let me throw it to you. We here. You've been watching the show for a while. We down. You know, people like yourself, like Tyler Bennett or you know, or Ghost MKC. So y'all know the deal. Geeky Andre, how are you feeling about Kwan Ha? Cause okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying, this is not the only show that does this with characters like this. You bring in a character that has absolutely no karate skills, no judo skills, no gun skills, no nothing skills. And they be the main ones like, let me in the fight. I've got to go back and save people. You can't save nobody. You couldn't save yourself. We just saw the first episode. You was getting your can kicked from here, there, and everywhere. You were hiding under a car. Now you talk about, I'm going to go back and liberate. You ain't liberating nothing. Bruh, look, what you going to liberate? There's nothing to liberate. Look, the planet ain't yours no more. Now, all of a sudden, and trust me, this isn't the only show that does stuff like this, but all of a sudden, you gonna go back to the planet, and I'm gonna go back to the planet, and I'm gonna save it. I don't care what you say. I'm going with or without you. I'm going to go back to the planet. Now, of course, this is just all just some content and, emotion and all that mess just to get back to the planet Magical, because Magical is probably where a lot of this is going to play out. So whatever. But you can remedy these types of storylines by having someone who's capable but just got caught off guard. Like say if, she could still be, the princess of Magical or whatever, but say she was like mad cool, like she had knife skills and stuff, and she was shooting stuff and karate chopping people and stuff, and maybe in the first episode, it was tough, but she actually took a Covenant, an elite down on her own. So then we'd be like, yo, man, homegirl is actually all right. You know what I'm saying? She's just a plain human, but she actually got skills. Then when she says, hey, take me back, I'm going to fight for my planet, I'd be like, yo, she can fight. Let her go back, man. She dope, man. Give her a couple guns, a couple grenades. She going to be all right. A couple sticky bombs, boom, she good. But she sucks. Girl couldn't box her up way out of a wet paper bag, man. Like, come on. And other shows do this too. Other shows and movies have characters like this. And like, I'm going back. And it's like, look, little girl. And she's like, I'm not, what? I can't remember what she said to Bokeem. I know his name is Soren, but Bokeem. Soren/Bokeem. She was like, I'm not little. I'm like, bruh, if you don't get your 105-pound soaking wet body up out of here, you ain't doing nothing. Venture will kill you in front of everybody. And then I'm going to have to talk to John, because John will be like, why you let her go, dog? And I'm going to be like, well, she said she wanted to go save her planet, man. So, like, come on, man. Come on. Now, of course, she's on some, hey, I'm going to give you the deuterium or whatever, the deutanium. It's, I don't know, plutonium, whatever she going to get. She going to give some money, all right? And he's like, all right, cool. I'm going to take you there and give me the money. But she said, you ain't going to have to fight. All you had to do there is take me there and protect me till I get there. Guess what? Sometimes protection includes fighting, dum-dum. Put that on pause. Geeky Andre says, she's been rescued and is safe. I understand she wants to save her people, but there's nothing she can do right now to help them. She better get to Bokeem Woodbine's character. She better not get Bokeem Woodbine's character killed. I think what they're setting up is for Bokeem to be the unexpected backup for John when he goes to Magical. Because I assume, it seems like all roads lead to Magical on this season. So, or at least for now. So I think we have 9 episodes this season. So I assume like episode 5 will be kind of like the mid-season kind of finale kind of thing. So I guess over the next 2 episodes, we'll converge on Magical. John will get there. Maybe he'll be in some trouble and be like, oh, snap, I didn't know you was here, Soren. He'll be like, pop, 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 I got your back, kid. And he'll be like, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully don't kill the brother, all right? Don't kill the bald-headed brother. Shouts out to bald-headed brothers out there doing their thing. Don't be doing that. Just don't be doing that. Don't be doing nothing to kill bald-headed brothers in these streets, all right? That's where I think we're going. I think that's where we're going. I think what we're going to be doing is essentially kind of being there at the same time and not knowing that each other are there, which I'm cool with. I just think it's a whack way of doing it with someone like Kwan Ha when she can also inspire her people on video, just like Venture is on video. She can be on video like people of Magical, the spirit of freedom is not dead, and I am here for you, and keep fighting and stay strong or whatever, some kind of Princess Leia mess. And then people be like, oh yeah, I feel inspired. I could keep fighting. And the generals that she says are there that might be dead anyway, because the Covenant was not playing no games when they went over there. So anyway, like they could in some way be like, all right, we inspired, we got the battery in our back to go out there and resist. You know what I'm saying? She could be like, resist, y'all, resist. And she'd be like, pump your fist like this. And then, I don't know, man. I'm just saying she ain't gotta go there. Or, like I said, in the initial, pilot, what you could do is set up someone who's extremely capable and doesn't look like a child. Because Kwan Ha, the second I saw her in the trailer, I was like, man, look, bruh, don't make us drag her around this whole series. And luckily, they did not. She was with John, he dropped her off, and I was like, yes, we can have the story. And they were like, no, you can't. She coming back. All you have to do is create a character that's capable. Now, they're not a Spartan, but make someone who's capable. So when they say, I want to fight for my planet, it's believable that they can fight for their planet. You know what I'm saying? So if we saw Kwan Ha, well, maybe not at her size, she'd have to be a little bit bigger. But I mean, after Black Panther, after Wonder Woman, there are enough women between the Dora Milaje, between all the Amazons that you can cast that have a physique, that have a stance, have a build as someone who's capable. Then what you do is just have her fighting. She takes an L, but you still like, yo, all right, she took an L up against, a Covenant. She took an L up against like superior weaponry and super stronger aliens. But these are humans. Like, yo, she might actually have a real chance. Like, say in the scene, she's more capable. So in the scene, she's like giving cover fire. She's maybe not killing the Covenant, but enough cover fire for them to kind of like back up and maybe take, cover a couple times or something. And then the alien that kills her father, she runs up on him and kills that elite. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of back and forth. It's tough. It's bloody, but she actually ends up taking out the elite. Then in our mind, we're like, yo, hold up. Shorty's dope. Like, nah, Soren, like, yo, trust her. Like, Shorty's nice with it. And then I wouldn't be saying these things because I'd be like, yo, man, actually, Kwan Ha is kind of nice. Yo, don't sleep. Yo, Kwan, she be doing it. So then you completely change the story. But then I guess you also don't have the view of a weakling when you're in the ship with Master Chief. But you can still have that kind of dynamic because even though she's human and she got some skills, she knows she ain't no Spartan, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you still can have that dynamic, you know what I'm saying? But I digress from that point. Let's talk about Cortana. All right, her first words were, when the game ends, the king and the pawn go back in the same box. And I was like, that's interesting, those are her first words. Because of course, she's created to be like this super duper AI. She's so powerful. She's so amazing. But she's trapped inside of John. And on top of being trapped inside of John, she can't even complete her own mission because she's being held back by Halsey. And she's also not too well received by John. Master Chief is not feeling her. I will give a shout out to the show for showing how brutal and how cold and how cruel the creation of Cortana is. You know what I'm saying? Even though, what are you, RJ, you don't like the show at all? Not even a little bit? RJ, look, RJ, don't you lie to me. Geeky Andre says, I hope Cortana turns on the doctor and helps John. I think that's probably where we're gonna be at, because she's not too pleased with either of them. What? Okay, hold up. All right, RJ, you got a second to come on. I want to hear your side. You got a second to come on. If you got a second to come on, I'll send you a link. You can get on. Because I'm interested. I'm truly interested. I want to hear you out, my brother. Just let me know if you can come on. If you can come on, I will send you a link. But this man says super boring. Am I alone? Am I alone in liking this show? So I the it's like, come on, man, y'all killing me right now. So this is something that I think is, man, it's tough to deal with, but we're gonna figure out a way to kill it and get past it. You know what I'm saying? And completely torch the venture, the venture, I don't know, influx or power grab on Magical. So anyway, Nerdy Brew was like, nah, man, I'm getting my sleep on. I need my beauty rest. So all right, peep this. Cortana in her creation shows, it shows like how like cruel and cold and calculating that creation is. Because it's like, yo, we got to create a whole being. And even though the being is even aware of what it is and why it's made, it still has to die. And then even in dying, you're taking its consciousness and like trapping it in a little box. It's similar to that Black Mirror episode where the girl made herself into her own. It's weird. She made herself into her own assistant. It was crazy weird. And like, it was almost like she made herself a slave. It was just strange. And shout out to the chat. Antoine Allen says, the emo chief is starting to wear on me. I like some aspects of the show. Cortana seems the same. All right, okay. Now, I don't particularly see the chief as emo. I see the chief being played as someone who literally has no emotions because that pellet has taken it from him. And then also, after seeing these kind of memories, being particularly shaken, and we see that he already lied to Halsey. So I'm pretty sure he's already distrusting the UNSC to a certain degree. Nerdy Brew says, it looks beautiful and the money is shown in the visuals, but the pacing is not engaging for me. The first 5 minutes in the episode 1 was it. Shout out to Bakeem, that's about it. Yo, Bakeem, we gotta hold it down for him. So I think we'll see a more determined, I think we're gonna see a more determined chief coming out of like episode 4 and 5, heading to the finale. Because right now we're dealing with someone who even look at how Soren related to Master Chief. He was like, bruh, come on. Like, look at you. You ain't got no emotions. You ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's starting to realize that stuff. Like, even when he took his pellet out, listening to the music, seeing the dog, actually like seeing other people relate to each other in ways that he had never seen or perceived them before. So I think we're going to break out of this, I guess what would be considered Evo. I kind of consider it more of a, maybe not brainwashing. I'll say more of a conditioning of the military. I'll say from personal experience, there's some people that I know, well, some that I have known and some people that I know that they went to the military. When they came back, they were very, very sullen and kind of like monotone and very, it definitely changes. It can change some people. So that's kind of just how I see it. It's kind of like a military thing. And then also having the pellet with like no emotion, I guess just makes it worse. But Geeky Andre says, when John started to feel for the first time, it reminded me of Christian Bale's character Preston in the movie Equilibrium. Okay. All right. And see, and then Antoine Allen said, oh, and did the clone conscious become Cortana? I was like, what? Yeah, that was crazy. The whole thing with Cortana and how she's being portrayed and placed in this situation is very stressful for her, because she's like, yo, you're not even letting me you're not even allowing me to do what I'm supposed to do. Why are you stopping me? Why are you holding me back? And Halsey keeps making up these excuses. You got to remember, Halsey, you took this person, you made Cortana out of your own brain. How long do you think these lies are going to last? How long do you think this kind of stuff is going to go on? And she's just going to be like, oh, okay, that sounds feasible. It's not going to last forever. Just like same thing with John and all these questions he's asking. Remember, when you make a super soldier, you're not making his muscles super only. You're not making his awareness or his senses super only. You're also making his mind super. Being amazing, being the greatest military tactician and stuff like that, guess what? That's mental. Those are thoughts. Those are strategies. That comes from your mind, your mentality, your thoughts, your reasoning, your logic, your logistics. So all of that is what becomes super too. John is not going to let you lie to him. He's going to ask the right questions. Like when Cortana came in, he said, so is she always on? Halsey was like, oh, well, she's always available to you. John was like, no, stop it. Stop the lies, Halsey. Come on now. Come on. Because basically what he was getting at is, so this is another mode of control or another mode of surveillance. Like, I've had enough, kind of thing. You can kind of already see him kind of getting there. So with the stress on Cortana of not being able to be what she was literally created to be, for John, the stress of finding out whatever happened to him as a child, now we know that these kids were most likely kidnapped or stolen or whatever, trafficked into this program, because when they were talking, they were like, oh, well, only 35 kids made it, you know what I'm saying, through whatever process they did, and those ones became Spartans. So when he finds out that, hey, the parents that I'm remembering ain't even my parents because I was taken from my real parents and this, that, and bruh, look, it's going to hit the fan. Even the other doctor, the creepy doctor, the little rapey doctor that was trying to kiss the fake clone Halsey before she got killed, that's a whole weird statement to even make. But yes, the doctor that tried to kill the clone kiss the clone before the clone died, even though the clone was sedated and essentially paralyzed and not able to, that was weird. That doctor's nasty. All right, man, take it easy, RJ. I'll holler at you later. So that doctor is weird, very weird. And but he did say he was smart. He was like, yo, what do you think's going to happen when he finds out about everything else? Like, when he finds like the truth, like the whole truth, not like just like the little stuff that we give him, like everything. Because now we're on a path, like, I guess she's going to be like, okay, I'm going to ride, Halsey, meaning Halsey. Halsey's going to be like, okay, I'm going to ride the Master Chief train until he learns too much. At that time, I'll have Cortana shut him down and everything will be fine. Then I'll let Cortana take full control and I won't have to worry about it because, we control his whole body now. But I think she's playing a dangerous game because I don't think she realizes the resentment that she's building inside of Cortana already. And I think that's where her real problem is going to show up. Shouts to Malcolm Lee said, still getting into the show. The show is okay. I need more after Star Trek. Well, you got Picard. Whoo, Picard is not that awesome. Geeky Andre said, I really want Master Chief to be able to get the other Spartans to hear him out. Come on, guys, trust the Chief. Yes. So that's the last thing we can cover because we kind of like tertiary version kind of covered everything. Where do the Spartans stand when it comes to the Chief? It seems like the taller lady is kind of like, she wants to believe in him, but she's also noticing like, Chief ain't the same Chief, but I got his back. I just need to know what's going on. The black dude seems like, hey, look, what's good with y'all is good with me. Whatever. He doesn't. He seems like he could go either way. So I don't know. And the last Spartan, the lady with the freckles, that's like the sniper. She ain't sold. I'm pretty sure if you asked her straight up, she'd be like, Master Chief gotta go. He's a liability right now. Also, the fact that those Spartans did not go on that ride with him is very telling. But at the same time, they also have their own missions, I'm pretty sure, similar to kind of like ODST or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they already have their own issues to deal with, and things to cover. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they're off doing their own things while he's gone, because I mean, there's other sightings of Covenant and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I guess we'll see how this plays out. I'm guessing it's going to split down the middle, where it'll be 2 Spartans on this side and 2 Spartans on that side. Or it might be a situation where all the Spartans side against Master Chief, and the only person Master Chief will have is Soren, and even Soren won't be able to give 100% time, because Soren got a family, man. He got a family. I can't be here fighting with you all day. I got a family. That's why I left this mess. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing this crazy stuff. So that is something interesting. I want to see where this goes, what happens, and how this plays out. So with that said, guys, holla at me. I'm gonna holla at you down in the comments. Let's talk Halo. I'm interested, man. I'm loving this show. This episode, I watched it twice. It got me going. I think a lot of the groundwork is laid for us to have a really cool series, so I am there. So with that said, of course, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, and all that. Like, share, subscribe, send it to your friends. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing nothing but sitting on the couch waiting for some new NERDSoul. Let them know it's here. And I'm gonna leave y'all with some Black comics. Speaking of Black comics, I am about to be getting into volume 3 of Bitter Root, because it's been taking forever for me to get into it. So volume 3 of Bitter Root, Crescent City Monsters, I already checked it out. That is Fidaya, you know what I'm saying? A fire blazing. So that, and there's a whole bunch of Kickstarter stuff that hasn't shipped yet. So when it ships, I'll probably do a whole thing of like the wrap up of what I'm reading this year. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave y'all with some of them Black comics after this. You're gonna get some dope beats, and of course, some of them dope comics. You know what I'm saying? Them dope comics in them streets. So, of course, thank you for rolling through. Shout out to Geeky Andre, RJ the Nerdy Brew. Go check out his channel. The dude is killing it. Hopefully, RJ, have you seen? Well, I'll holler at RJ, because if you've seen Sonic 2, I think I've seen it. I know I've seen Sonic 2. I want to talk about it. Yeah, in the movie theater. So I want to talk about that. And Ghost MKC, Antoine Allen. Who else? Malcolm Lee came through. So thank you guys. Even if you get your lurk on, thank you for rolling through. From me to you, I'll see y'all a little bit later in about an hour. No, not in about an hour. In about 15 minutes. I'll see you back here if you're down to talk about Young Justice's return, because we're going to take a dip in the pool. Love all y'all. Peace.
You got to know that if you keep dwelling in the past,